everyone? Can I have all your attention here?
Yes.
I know it's the last leg of the day. You're waiting to go back home, but lend me your ears for another 10, 15, 20 minutes. How much ever long you want, we'll stay together. Otherwise, we'll bid goodbye. How does that sound?
Good.
All right. First of all, give a big round of applause to yourself. Accountants are to be known by their professional ethics, right? As a CPA, that's the first subject I learned professional ethics. So I think everyone in the room will be ethical and not leave me midway. Can I have that commitment? Yeah? Right. Thank you. So my topic today is the unstoppables. You've been drained out today, right? And we get drained out during our lifetime, in our journey, with family, with work, with commitments, all of that. But what makes you keep going? What makes you the unstoppable? And that's what we're going to learn from you and discuss and interact and take away some thoughts from the day that will keep you going faster at a much faster speed so you can accelerate in your life. A lot of you have got a lot of experience in the room, right? So, respected Devashiti Mitra, you've known all the way from India, and I'm sure your phone is keeping you busy because you've got so many things going on there. Harsh, our chairman for CA chapter, and all you wonderful audience. I'm Ben, Sethia, and I'm here to make you unstoppable today. Just a little bit about me. I was in professional life in education for 15 years, but always had this DNA of being an entrepreneur. Had this entrepreneurship in me for about 10 years doing a side business in finance. And then being at a $250,000 salary, being in that comfort zone, I became the chairman of Jeep Australia, where I was helping people, mentoring people, guiding people to become entrepreneurs. And I thought, I got to be an entrepreneur myself, a full-time entrepreneur. And the growth has been exponential since then. It has been unstoppable. And I want all of you to be unstoppable. And now we have a group of companies. The main baby is Nexus Developments, which has become a pipeline of $250 million worth of projects, which is in a span of 2 years. After I gave up my job, all I was doing was building my beach house for a couple of years. And after that, it's been only 1 or 2 years where it's been just go on the accelerator, on the roller coaster, and just be unstoppable. And Jeep Australia, of course, has done a big impact in my life. Harsh, Surya, everyone in this room who are Jains, they have supported that journey, and we have created and curated entrepreneurs through this journey and will continue to do so. So I want to talk about you, accountants. You know, accountants are one of the best profession in the world. Everyone needs you, guess what? Every organization, every company needs an accountant. And the amazing thing is, you're running hundreds of businesses in one business. How amazing is that? Right? Because you've got knowledge of construction client, you've got knowledge of a retail client, you've got knowledge of another professional client. So you actually come across all of these businesses, right? And no other profession has that privilege that you're able to have that expertise into various areas. I want to touch on data, right? We were talking about data from a computer point of view. We all have data within us, right? Are we processing that data well? Are we doing what our mindset, our data says? So some of you might be thinking, I'm working in a company, I want to run my own practice. And you're not just getting out of your comfort zone, because there's a salary, there's a mortgage to pay, and there are people to look after, and you just can't get out. You know what? Forget about all the computer data. First, work on your mind's data. What you want to do it. Don't wait. I know it's a hard decision, but trust me, it's the best decision of your life. Yes, Mr. Batra sitting here, he said to me while I came in, I just want to learn. Maybe this last innings of my life makes something impactful, makes something interesting. I said, yes, that was the India-Pakistan match. The last inning can make you or break you. They did it. You can do it. Right? It's all in your mindset. It's all within you that you need to unleash and become the unstoppable. So we've talked about your business, the industries that you can work with. And what makes an entrepreneur is not just the skill set. The only one ingredient that makes an entrepreneur is anyone in the room. Courage.
Willingness to take risks.
Willingness to take risks.
Confidence.
Confidence. Passion. Believe in yourself. And all of dream. Creativity. Can we put one word to all of that?
Passion.
Vision.
Passion.
Vision.
Passion.
Passion. Mindset. Think around the clock. That is the one word that makes an entrepreneur. You need to have the mindset to be an entrepreneur. If you have the mindset, no one can stop you, and you are the unstoppable then. Right. So this is the main skill sets that are कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए. You don't need money, you don't need resources, you don't need stuff. All you need is mindset. If you can master your mindset, everything else will follow. अपने आप रास्ते खुलेंगे आप देखते रह जाओगे how did that happen? How did that opportunity came? Because you've got the mindset, you believe in yourself, you've got the passion, you've got the confidence, you've got the courage, and that mindset takes you further and gives you a lead in your life. And when we talk about mindset, हम तो देसी हैं, हमारे पास तो जुगाड़ mindset है. We can think of anything, we do out-of-box thinking. We are just special species of the world, right? All the Goras will think only this way. This is the rule book. This is how the train works. This is how the mindset works. We think, okay, there's this way to come here, and there's this way to come here as well, and there's another way to come here. This out-of-box thinking makes us special. We have the Jugaad mindset, and we should conquer this, we should take advantage of this mindset. And of course, the determination to achieve, the determination and the will to aspire and achieve what you want to have. Creativity and innovation. One of the things like this data analytics happening, I was talking to Prashant before, he did a session on artificial intelligence this morning. We had someone, Nilesh, talking about abundance. And all of this, when you put together, you can really make some creative ways of doing things. And you can innovate, because today, if you're doing the regular stuff that everyone else is doing, we don't have a space for ourselves. We have to innovate, we have to be creative, we have to think outside the box. And what is it different that you can do? So how many of you are practicing as an accountant? Great. Do you do tax returns, GST returns, all of that? Is there anything different that you do than other accountants who are out there?
Business advice.
Business advisory, fantastic. Anything else?
Yes, you wanted to listen.
Sure. Absolutely. Personalized service. Absolutely. We need to give that personalized service. We need to give that business advisory, especially because you have knowledge of so many businesses by looking at their books. But what is it that you can provide as a value add to your clients? How can you make a referral network, for example? You're an accountant, you know what they're doing. You need a broker that you work with, finance. You need an insurance agent that you work with. You need a financial planner that you need to work with, right? You need a property consultant and real estate agent that you work with. That one client should give you income from 6 different multiple resources. Because you're building a referral network. You're providing a service. There is no problem. As accountants, we do disclosure, right? We have to have a disclosure of everything that you earn along the way, but you make sure that your clients are looked after across their journey, across their finance journey. So if you're not doing that yet, please do so. They're the same clients. You know them, you know their journey. Let's add on those revenue streams, right? And do you have a vision? How many uh, number of clients do you have at the moment? Let's say you've got 300 clients. This is 23, right? You want to make it double, at least this year. So accountants in the room who are practicing, do you make a commitment to double your number of clients this year? Do you want to? Right? But now there is a change. Everyone would want to, right? But now you're going to engrave it in your mindset. You're going to act on that data. You're going to make sure that you take set steps to be able to make that number double. And that's your goal. Now, every day when you wake up in the morning and you sleep at night, you're going to visualize the mindset of having your clientele doubled this year. And if you do so, and you have the conviction, there's nothing that can stop you from doing so. You will be unstoppable. Right? Network. So we are talking about the fine ingredients of making you unstoppable. And one of this is your network, your community, right? A lot of us go to events like this and do networking. How many people did you all meet new? Did anyone meet about 10 new people today? Great. And did you take their phone numbers? How many of you do? Did you think about how you can add value to that other person? Did anyone think that? Right? One of the first important things about networking is don't think where this person fits into my network. What is he going to do for me? Think what you can do for him. Right? And follow up with a LinkedIn message. Can you all take out your phones, please? Let's find the names of those top 3 people you met today who you can add value to and connect them on LinkedIn and send them a message that let's connect. I'm going to help you with this and this introduction, or this and this service, or this and this product. Because we meet on a day and then we forget. If we do not follow up with that message, then you've lost that valuable contact. You'll only remember the next time the institute has another conference. Right? So please do so. I met this gentleman here in a networking event, and I was telling him that my parents are coming, and she does yoga there, she's diabetic, but I don't know how to get her to, she can't travel. And he goes, I teach yoga. I'll come to your house and teach you yoga. And then he follows up with a text message on WhatsApp to me that let's catch up and I'll come and teach your parents and do yoga. So this is the power of networking. This is taking action. This is thinking how I can add value to another person's life. And what that does is it gives you 10x automatically. Because that unconditional gesture that we do for others in life, that comes back to humanity. It will, there's no doubt about it. I've experienced in my life, I had 11 kids who came and lived with us over the last 16, 17 years. From my family, from my extended family, my wife supported them. We supported them emotionally, financially, mentally, physically. And that is some of that value creation that brings so much abundance in your life that you don't even imagine that where these opportunities come from. So the power of networking happens with those two things: is follow-ups and see how you can add value. Don't think what they can do for you, what you can do. Let's focus on that. Practice, of course, the skills and the lifelong learning is ongoing. And as accountants, again today, what you're doing is adding to your CPD points, right? And it's about what are the takeaways from today. Just before you sleep tonight, just think about for 1 minute or 5 minutes, what were some of the 5 top takeaways from today, and what are you going to do about it? Right? So we have to make, otherwise the learning is gone by the end of the day. We need to come back, register, and build the community of practice where we can learn from each other. And I love this one. What is entrepreneurship? What is doing business? A lot of you are in profession. How many of you want to be an entrepreneur who are currently in profession? Look at that. Can 23 be your year of entrepreneurship?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
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 Great. It will be. That's all you need. Let's make it happen this year. It's just your mindset. You can do everything. You've got money, you've got property. Yeah, 8 saal, live without a salary and see what happens. Be an entrepreneur. Let's support each other. Siddharth wants to be an entrepreneur. What can we do to support him? If you want to be an entrepreneur, what can we all do to support him? We celebrate birthdays, right? Let's celebrate being a new entrepreneur. A new baby entrepreneur has joined. Let's all come together, celebrate, and give them the support. And that's what your institute should do. That's what you as a profession, what you all as friends and colleagues and well-wishers should do to support each other. We all have that desire, and this is your last minute. This is your last job. The next 5 years is going to be big for you. And you got to take that action this year. You're at the start of the year, let's take that action. So, what is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is, going through all those uncomfortable phases, not having a salary coming into your bank account. It's about taking out your savings and spending, being uncomfortable at home with your kids, your family. That, oh my God, what's going to happen? I don't know. But who gets success? Who get comfortable being uncomfortable. So you have to become comfortable being uncomfortable. And that's what will make you an entrepreneur. And then the growth is 10x. From $250,000 average salary of a great accountant, you go to $2.5 million in the next 2 years. Let's make that happen. And it's all in your mindset. If you believe you can do it, you can do it. You guys are the most intelligent people in the room. You guys are giving business advisory to other businesses. You guys are telling people what to do, how to read the books, how to do that management accounting, how to do cost accounting, right? And what are some of the flaws, where you can save money, where you can invest and make it grow bigger. That's all your expertise. And that's what you need to do for yourself. And that's where the 10x multiplier will come when you become the entrepreneur. I'm conscious of time. No one is telling me about the time. That makes me feel good. So that's what we have just talked about. The Jugaad mindset, the determination, the creativity, the networks, the practice, and being uncomfortable, but being comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's what we need to do. And then your success will amplify into 10x. And there's one most important ingredient which I just touched upon just before, and I want to give you my life example, is the power of giving back. When I launched Cheetah Australia, which is a community of global community of entrepreneurs, 4 years ago with the team that were the pillars behind it, and Harsha and Surya were the main pillars behind it to make that organization what it became in the first few years. We launched a program, Support an Entrepreneur, and Surya was the director of that program. And what we did was at the time of the launch, I said the motto should be learn, earn, return. If we have been successful, we've done well, it's our duty to return back to the community. And we launched a program called Support an Entrepreneur, where you get $21,000 seed capital to start a business with no interest, no repayment, no equity stake for 3 years, pure philanthropy, and people who are giving the money don't even know they are giving. 21 people raised their hands that they will give the money to anyone who wants to start that journey. Learn, earn, return. And some of those businesses have done really well. And one such business that we supported has a turnover of $5 million now. And that is the oomph that you get. That is what makes it worthwhile on what you have achieved for the other person. Just want to see if I can play this video. Can anyone help me? So yeah, the video was about one of the donors who's Motilal Oswal. You would have heard about him. So they're one of the biggest fund management company, multi-billion dollars in fund in India, based out of Mumbai. He came here for the Cheetah launch, and he was the first donor to a solar company. And they gave the $21,000 seed capital. I personally gave him $10,000 as well, and today his turnover is $5 million. And that's the impact that you make in people's lives. And that's what brings a lot of abundance to you. When we give, we get. So community work goes without saying, whatever you can do to help others, we should always try and make time to make it happen. So I just want to touch on this. All of us, even we are in profession, we are still intrapreneurs, right? Because we're working within organizations, but we have the mindset to achieve growth, whether it is for the organization or whether it is for our organization. So it's very easy to transition from intrapreneur to an entrepreneur because you all already are an intrapreneur. So let's unleash the unstoppable within you. Research your market first, what you want to achieve, what's the business that you have been thinking of for years that you want to do. This is the time to make it happen. Get into that uncomfortable position to make it happen for yourself. Balance your strengths and weaknesses. You will have a lot of strengths. You may have some weaknesses, but because you are in a community of practice and there's knowledge sharing, you can always have others help you to overcome your weaknesses. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's okay. We all learn from making mistakes. It's part of the learning journey that we all have to go through. And embrace the sale. Remember your why. If your why is not big enough, then your excuses will be. So you have to make sure your why is big. You know what you want to achieve. Don't procrastinate.